I see Sirin from One Krabby School. Yeah. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you feeling today? You can use you can unmute yourself.
Great.
Oh, thank you. You can unmute yourself. You can type in the chat box. You can also use the React to send us some of the reactions. I see. I see. Oh, yes. Good. How are you feeling? Oh, I've already seen a lot of familiar names. Akamaso Adralani. Like, are you speaking? Like, oh, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Yes.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
how are you? How are you? Wow, 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 wow. There are four of you here?
Yes, we are five.
Oh, five. But now I only see one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hello.
Hello. Wow, wow. Okay, now I see five. How are you?
We are fine.
Good, good.
Hello everyone.
Finish the
Hello.
Không sửa được chết đi
Hi.
thì xin nhưng mà tiếng phần này có
Hi.
sửa thì mình sẽ
Pede sekali ya.
Hi everyone, good to see everyone.
Hello.
everyone.
It seems that there's an echo. Like I don't know. Um. Ah. And oop, oop, oop. And I see Akamaso Andraulanitra, right?
we are fine.
Oui. Bonjour.
Yes, you're
Bonjour. You're
Good
from
morning.
you're from Madagascar?
Yeah.
Enchanté, enchanté.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
you speak French.
Un petit peu, un petit peu.
We can speak English. We can speak English very well.
Wow, wow, wow. A lot of I don't know if I hear you clearly.
Have you been in any French-speaking country before?
Yes, I lived in Paris before.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
j'ai habité à Paris, c'est correct?
No, Paris, oui,
Paris, Paris.
when
Yes, and I see a lot of. Oh, I see two boys here, Hardy and Bayou. You're waving towards the camera, right?
We are ready to do it. Tsunami.
Hi, hello. And I see Ariella Medina. Yep. Hello, everyone. Okay, while we are still waiting for some students to settling in, anyone wants to unmute themselves and then say hello to everyone?
Oh, we are ready.
You're ready. Yes. Are you excited? How are you feeling today? Like, what's the emotion of you for now? Excited?
Today is very beautiful day.
But now you don't hear us last
You don't
first
hear
day.
you don't hear us last first day. You didn't hear us last first day.
Last Thursday, I didn't hear you. Really? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
It was me. No,
Cause,
I was not here.
we have problem about materials.
Oh,
But now we
okay.
can hear you.
Now we can hear you. Now
Yes,
we can
we
hear you.
can.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have plenty of chances to talk to people. Like, be ready for the questions. I will ask questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe Pak Ardito, shall we start right now, or are we still like
Yes.
wait for several minutes for people to enter, or?
I think we can start.
Okay. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, maybe good evening to some of you.
Morning.
Good morning. Welcome to
Morning.
Morning. Welcome to session 3 of Tsunami United 2025. I'm really excited to see many of you back here, especially back here because I've seen some of you already like for the last session 1 and session 2. And I see a lot of familiar names and faces. Thank you so much, and please stay with us and keep up the same or even higher spirit, because today's session will be just as fruitful as the first two. So are you ready for that? Yeah. If you are ready, just like give me a thumbs up or gives me like a yes in the chat box. Okay, I've seen. Yes, I see a lot of the thumbs up right now. Okay, so today the session is all about hearing and sharing to further empower you to take the lead in promoting disaster risk reduction in your communities. Before we start, we can do a quick overview of today's agenda. So we will quickly warm up with what we've learned last week and then begin our today's first big thing, which is the youth talk panel. So in this panel, we will hear from special guests who've lived through a tsunami and some students and teachers who've taken action in their own schools. And after that, it will be your turn. So in part 2, which is the Youth Talk Voices, we hope that you can share your vision with what a safe and prepared school and community could look like, and how you can think and approach towards tsunami preparedness can be. So just a quick note here that this session is now being recorded and the link will be shared with you afterwards. And don't forget to fill in the attendance form. Stay with us and wait until the very last to fill in the attendance form at the end if you want to receive a certificate. Okay, so now before getting into something new, something big, let's look at session 2. So anybody's like still here, like who was here in session 2? Can you raise your hands or just give me a thumbs up? Or you can just simply open your mic and tell me, what do you still remember for session 2? Anyone wants to talk about it? What do you still remember for session 2? What we learned like in session 2? Anyone wants to talk? Oh, oh, I think some of you're shy. Like so for session 2 we discussed something about I don't know, do you still remember the examples of schools that we discussed? Where were they? Oh, maybe you forgot or not.
It's maybe remember the infographics.
Yes, maybe you still remember the infographics.
We just saw how. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw like we talked about the tsunami ready schools and how school can be ready for such disasters.
Yes. So what can you remember? Like for this tsunami ready school, what are the key characteristics of tsunami ready school? Can you list some of them? Oh, I think I saw
Like putting some signals, precautions. Like I'm so sorry because I have like a lagging in my network. My your voice is lagging and I can't hear you properly.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I think there's some disruption with the internet, but I can hear you right now very clearly. Please continue. Okay. I think while we are waiting for Yusuf, if I'm not mistaken, we can see that there are a lot of students already, like so many messages in the chat box. So, so the Andahara no false. Nofotsi High School from Madagascar said during the session 2, everyone has an important role as teachers and students. Yes, like Simran, thank you so much for this ready to go, to remind us for this ready to go back, to prepare an evacuation plan, and very short and good amount of science for easier evacuation. Very good. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we talked about the how like can we teach students to be ready for such disasters, like show them the way how they can escape out of the school, show them how they can teaching them how they can help each other during this disaster if they see someone like is in danger or like he's like wounded or whatever. And so we have to prior teach the students this before they go through this issue.
Thank you. A very complete and clear answer. Thank you so much. Yes, that's indeed what we discussed about about what a tsunami ready school look like, and thank you for the point for the key characteristics of tsunami ready school, and yes, this is something we should learn at the very beginning, like in our basic education, so that we can share this with our friends, learn it by doing, and gradually we will become tsunami ready. Anyone else want to talk about it? Oh yes, I saw this English River Secondary Gala Seychelles. So we were talking about tsunami schools that survived the tsunami, and we saw a survivor who was told that his brother died in the tsunami. Yes, and today, this will be also something related for today, because today we are also having some special guests survived who have survived from a tsunami, and maybe you want to prepare some questions for them to answer for later sessions. Yep. Anyone else? Okay. Anyone who still remember the infographics that the assignment that we assigned you? So that assignment is due on the 8th of September. I hope that you still remember that. And if you have any questions, if you have any things that you're not feeling very sure, just refer to the guidance that we listed in the announcement of the WhatsApp group. And if your answers are still there, just don't hesitate to contact us if you have anything unsure. Okay? Okay, all good. Okay. Okay, so now let's move on to something more interesting. Okay, so maybe we want to warm up with something more interactive. So as always, we send you an email with video materials for the session. So did you watch the videos? If you watch the videos, can you give me a thumbs up or just wave to me or just say, yes, I have. Ah, thank you, Emiliano. Thank you, Simran. Thank you, Nurul. Yeah. Yes, yes. So which video did you like the most? Can anyone tell me which video did you like the most and why? Or anyone that you have something to say after watching the video? Because for example, for me, my favorite video is The Girl and the Tsunami. So this is an animated documentary of, it's about a tsunami in Chile in 2010. And I'm not only impressed by the girl in the animation who saved hundreds of lives in her community, but also I'm actually impressed by the production itself. The animation, the music, and even the plot, the whispering in the background is so good. It's so amazing. I hope that someone else has also shared the same feeling with me? Yes. Thank you, Simran. Yes. Yes. And what are the other videos that you are interested in, like that you like? I saw English River Secondary Gala Seychelles. Like you thumbs up for this video materials. Do you want to share with us something that you want to say or something you want to share? Oh. And or Yusuf, you thumbed up as well? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I saw one of the videos which was very interesting to me because before I used to think that tsunami used to happen randomly without people knowing, but one of the videos it shows that there are people who are in charge that they can target the tsunami before it arrives to the land. So there is some time where they can inform people who lives like near by the shore to escape and to find places where they can hide and protect themselves. While before I used to not think like this, I used to think that, like people are just sitting in a coffee shops or like swimming till the tsunami comes and take them, like. So this was one of the videos between the videos that was shared to us.
This is definitely a very good point because now with the technology, with innovation, we have somehow some things that we can try to detect, try to alert, try to have some like early warnings before the tsunami ever comes to us. So yes, this is a very good thing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Um, Yes, and I see the response from the English River. Oh, or maybe we can just like first ask Anjurahara Nofotsi High School to share with us some of their ideas. I see you raise your hand.
I like the video number 4 because Michael Jordan is my basket player. Preceded he never gave up. Realize continues to run. So to your conclusion, you should you always have to raise your head after the disaster. So,
And me too. I have something to tell. Yes. My favorite is the girl and the tsunami. Uh, during these videos. But me, I really think that the girl have not have a basic lesson for tsunami and such as warning things or what or knowing what to do during the disaster things and uh, and thank you.
No
Good.
worries. Very good
Bye.
point. Very good point. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, like so you always learn a
thank you
lot of
very
things.
much.
Thank you. So you always learn a lot from those videos because they tell you something like what to do before, during, or after the tsunami. And I see, I see like a English River Secondary Gala Seychelles. My favorite video is the girl and the tsunami. Yes, okay, I have someone who's with me. It was a very nice story, and I learned a lot of things like how to prepare for a tsunami, know the evacuation routes, and be safe. And don't forget that it's like the girl not only saved herself, but also saved the whole community by banning the gown. So it's like, wow, such a bravery act.
Hello,
Hi, hello.
did you see my message?
Uh, I'm not sure. Well, like I have to check your name first. Ah,
English reader?
Yes, so yes, I was reading your message. Do you want to add something to it?
I learned a lot. It shows that a tsunami can happen anytime, anywhere, and you have to be prepared because it can endanger a lot of people.
Yep. Yes, indeed, indeed. Just imagine that, like for example, while you are like you're about to sleep or you are already asleep, and then here comes the tsunami. How are you going to act towards it?
Mm, I would tell everybody that there's a tsunami. If possible, get to higher ground, save my family and friends.
Yep. That's good. That's good. You already learned a lot of things so that to keep yourself safe. Go to higher ground, like tell your parents, tell your friends, tell all the people living in your communities. You're not only saving your life, but also saving lives for a lot of people. Good point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Um, I've seen someone else like raising their hand. Oh no, not for now. Um, Anyone else who want to share something with us? Or while we are waiting for more students to share with us, Pacardito, would you like to say something about this tsunami early warning? It seems to be right specifically at your field.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so I'm happy that is the question about this tsunami early warning system. Yes, we have now uh, in globally we have already a tsunami early warning system that cover all the ocean. So we have one in Pacific, we have one in Indian Ocean, we have in Caribbean as well as in the northeastern Atlantic and Mediterranean. So because all of us in the Indian Ocean, so if there is a tsunami happens, for example, in Indonesia, now we can provide warning to our friends in Madagascar, our friends in Seychelles, as well as our friends in the uh, African coast. So yes, we have been building this early warning system for the last 20 years. However, the early warning system that we built are based on tectonic, so it is based on earthquake. Now we are developing or we are advancing this system to also be able to monitor and detect tsunami that is caused by landslide or by volcano. Back to you, Yinche.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I hope this is something new that but this is for sure something new that the students can learn a lot. And maybe some of them later on when they grow up, they will become like experts and professionals who will develop more like a comprehensive early warning systems. Who knows? Yep. And also I see a lot of students are also they are the favorite video is the girl and the tsunami. Thank you for your taste. Thank you for your good taste. And Emmanuel says something, always help people who require special assistance. This is a very good point. Do you want to elaborate something about it? Emmanuel? Ah, this is important. Okay. Or maybe you can save that to later. Yep. So again, just to quickly wrap up, this is very good. A lot of you have shared good points about the videos, And thank you so much for watching that. And this will provide a very good basis for our further discussion for today. So today's session, we will basically talking about empowering the youth or the students to step up and take the lead, just as the girls that you can see in the videos, to keep your school safe and to keep your community safe. So for the very start, we'll kick things off with a very special guests who will share their story. And then together we will dive into some big but important questions. What does really mean to invest in a safer tomorrow? Why should we care about it? And maybe the most important, what should you, your school, as youth, as young students do to invest in a brighter future to make sure that we are all ready? So please, all students, please get ready to listen, reflect, and share. And this is your space and your voices matter. But before we really dive into the first session, let's capture this moment together. We would like to take a quick group photo with everyone here with your best smile, best pose. And here I will ask my colleague Rizka with this. Rizka, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Okay, everyone. I will lead the photo session. Okay, wait. Okay. Let's turn on your cameras all and give your best smile. And I will start with the first slide. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Okay, and then the second slide. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then the last slide. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Okay, perfect. Thank you, everyone, and back to you in queue.
Thank you, Rizka. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So now let us finally start our first part of today's session, where we will learn from 3 panelists, 2 students, and a teacher on what they did to get their school tsunami prepared. This session will be kindly moderated by Mr. Emiliano Rodriguez, our risk communication expert from Pacifico, Argentina, who created the animation video, The Girl and the Tsunami, my favorite video, and many more amazing works on risk communication. I hope, I've heard from all the students who expressed their love towards this video, like the other students also watch this. If not, I really encourage you to watch it. But for now, let us hear the conversation between Emiliano with the panelists. Emiliano, the Zoom is now in your control. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido. Thank you so much, Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and hello, everyone. This is Emiliano connecting from Argentina. It's so wonderful to be here with you today. Something that I remember about that story when we did that documentary is that it started as a conversation. Martina, she's a survivor from that tsunami, and we were having a Zoom meeting, a Zoom conversation, and she told us this story. And the story was so wonderful that we recorded the voice, and then we invited 25 animators to do the film. And learning from her and engaging her and her voice was one of the most wonderful things about the project. And I communicate risk. I do disaster risk communications. And communications is not only about sending a message, it's also about having conversations, about listening to each other, like what we are doing today. And I've been doing documentaries like the one that you see on screen now, Tsunami Ladies, The Girl and the Tsunami, and Forget Me Not, which are stories that I learned about tsunamis, and they capture the conversations with amazing people so that other people can listen to those conversations. So having a conversation with your friends, with your teacher, with your family about tsunamis is a very important part of risk communications. It's a very important part of being prepared. Preparedness starts with a conversation. It's not only information. The videos that you're watching for every session, they are super important. But the conversation that you have with your people about those videos are even more important. And today, I'm not alone. I'm here to have a wonderful conversation with very special panelists. So I'd like to introduce them. Ms. Eka Agustina, she's a 2004 tsunami survivor who is now a teacher at SMP6 Junior High School in Banda Aceh, Indonesia, a wonderful place that I visited last year, and I have lots of friends there. So nice to have you, Miss Eka, today. And we have Miss Simran Kaur, who is a student from Sharjah Indian High School in Gubaiba, the United Arab Emirates, who has expressed her interest in disaster preparedness already. So that's wonderful. I would like to hear more about that. And we also have Miss Laila Rashida Anis, a student from Sman 1 High School, Bayak, Lebak, Indonesia, who is a youth disaster risk reduction activist in her community. So good day to all of you. Welcome everyone to the session 3 of the Tsunami United. And thank you for being here with us today. So let me start with teacher Eka. I learned that you are a survivor of the 2004 Aceh tsunami. We heard so much about it, but it's so important to have first-hand experience and stories like people from you. So I would like to ask you if you can tell us briefly about your experience that day in the big tsunami in Banda Aceh 2004. I think that your microphone is muted, so you need to unmute it. Excellent.
Excellent.
There we go.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Emiliano. Hello,
Thank you.
everyone. My name is Eka Agustina. I am a teacher in SMP Ansik, Banda Aceh, in Aceh. So as Emiliano said that I am one of the survivors of 2004 Aceh tsunami. So I remember it was a scary day. I was 21 years old and I had 21 months old baby. So I was just at home relaxing. And my husband had gone out to play badminton. And I was outside feeding my son. Suddenly, the ground shaking hard. I remember holding on the fence with my baby in my arms. The most near our house almost collapsed. My child was crying so loudly, and I was just trying to calm him down. After the shaking stopped, we heard this loud blast and then a big rumbling sound. Honestly, I didn't know what was happening. I was just scared. And not long after, my husband came back and he came back and quickly told me, we have to go. We have to go. This is very dangerous. And then we took the motorbike. I just pray and follow his instruction. Our child was in the middle. And that time I didn't know that a tsunami was coming until someone showed it that the water was coming. The water was coming. And I saw the tsunami with my own eyes, a huge black wall of water rushing toward us. Everyone on the road started panicking. People crashed into each other, and some even fell. And luckily, my husband could ride the motorbike well while I was holding my son. We went through small alleys, cutting across people's yard until we arrived in a safe place. Luckily, my husband could ride the motorbike well. And at that time, I honestly didn't know it was a tsunami. I was just scared for the safety of my child. I just knew we were lucky to be alive. And we still live in the same place now, in the same area of that tsunami. And even we live in the different, totally different house. It's not the same house anymore because we rebuilt the house. Yeah, I think.
Thank you so much, Eka.
Thank you, Emiliano.
Thank you for sharing your story with us and sharing your learnings. And we are moved and we are blessed to hear your story directly from you. But I heard that after that experience, we jump in time 20 years, and today you are a teacher, and you're convinced that the school preparedness is very important, right? And you've been working and doing a journey in making your school tsunami ready. Can you tell us about this process? What did you learn? How was it?
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Can you listen to me? Hello? We can listen to you. We can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't know what happened, but the
We
sun
can
is
we can hear you. And maybe there's something with your speakers. We can hear you. We can hear you.
okay.
Can you read the chat?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know what happened with my. But,
Can you hear me now?
yes, I
We can
hear.
hear you.
I
Excellent.
hear you.
Wonderful. So I was asking you about the process and the journey of making your school tsunami ready. And we want to know how it was, what did you learn, what were the milestones?
Yes, Emiliano. My experience convinced me that the school preparedness is very important. So, in my current school, SMP Ansik Banda Aceh, our journey started in 2022 when our principal, Mrs. Sharifa Nargis, indicated that the school is vulnerable to earthquake and tsunami. And we realized we weren't quite prepared. So the first step was forming a disaster preparedness team in the school. This team was not only teachers, but also involved staff and students, including the Yard Red Cross group, as they already had some experience in emergency. After that, we worked on creating the protocol of standard operation procedures, basically clear step by a step guideline of what everyone should do if an earthquake or tsunami happen. Then we started socializing it first to the teacher and students, then also to parents and even the community around the school. So we wanted everyone to feel part of this process. We also partner with the Tsunami Disaster and Management Research Center of the university and the Indonesian Red Cross to get the expertise we needed. Before we do a school-wide drill, we did small practice session with just few classes. One, we saw that working well. So we went bigger, involving the whole school. And during the day, the DRR team had different tasks. For example, the evacuation team guided kids carefully on the stair to assembly point and kept everyone calm. The drill was a really turning point of our achievement. Not only students and teachers participating, but also parents and the local community. Everyone saw that preparedness and exercise is very important for us to act calmly instead of panicking. That, I think, was our biggest milestone. And now, every 6 months, we review our protocol, and every new school year, new students learn about preparedness as part of the school orientation program. So we also include tsunami topics into learnings lesson. So we aim that tsunami preparedness is part of daily school life. And I am very proud to be part of this team in my school. Thank you, Emiliano.
Thank you so much, Miss Eka, for sharing these stories. And it's so inspiring to see that the whole school is participating and everyone has a role in it. And may I ask you if you also invite other people in the community other than schools and students, or is it something that you do in the school only? Does the rest of the community participate as well? For example, the parents of the school? Can I ask you about that? You're muted. Can you hear me well?
You repeat it once
Yes.
again?
Yes. I'm really curious about that day, that event in the school. You organize drill, you practice. Does the family also participate, or anyone in the community too, or is it only students? Who participates?
Yeah.
Who is part? Yes. I'm curious. But maybe you can tell me next time about it, about the drill.
Yeah, okay.
It's
I'm
been
so
wonderful
sorry.
to hear, yes, from you. And I'm very proud. You're very proud to be part of this, right? So congratulations for all the work that you've been doing. And I will have another guest today, which is Laila Rashidanis. Laila is a high school student. Laila, I learned that you and your family, your father, your mother, your sisters, you manage a community disaster risk reduction organization who let the Pangalangan village be recognized as a tsunami-ready community by UNESCO IOC. What an achievement. What an interesting and important experience. And you participate in all that with your family. Can you tell me about it? How did it happen? How did you become interested in this?
Okay, thank you, Emiliano. And hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. And thank you for the question about my family, Emiliano. So everything started when my father was aware that our village was in one of the tsunami hazards at risk of the megatrust in Indonesia. And he started to learn about tsunamis, about preparedness, and also about disaster risk reduction. He then established a community disaster preparedness, we called it Gugus Mitigasi Lebak Selatan, or we call GMLS or South Lebak Mitigation Group. He dedicated a part of our land of our home in Kiarapayung to build the headquarters of this team. We have office, meeting room, operation center, also open space for gathering and training. We also have our own local warning system, and we have command center to help in coordinating for the village if something happens. As the GMLS headquarters is in our home, my father always involves his family, which is me, to all GMLS activities. And I was at 8th grade at the time, and this led my deep interest in disaster risk reduction, and I became the youngest member at GMLS at the time, because in and now the youngest member in GMLS is my sister. And many times in my dinner conversation, we talk about not only talk about school homework, but we talk about disaster preparedness and what we can do to make our community tsunami ready. And I grew up in a family who are not just worrying about disasters, but we change it into an action. Some days, my fathers encouraged me to join the Tsunami United last year's. I and my friends was very proud of it and happy because we learned a lot from that. And we make a video documentation about tsunami awareness and preparedness in our school and our community. And we received a notable achievement certificate, and we are very proud of it. And yes, it was the best moment for all my family and community, because for all the hard works, our community, our village, Panggarangan, became the first village in Banten who recognized as UNESCO IOC Tsunami Ready Community. And we are very proud of it, and that was a huge motivation for us. Thank you, Emiliana.
Thank you so much, Laila. It's so wonderful to see that the whole family is engaged in preparedness and in being ready and learning about tsunamis. It's really, really inspiring. And what about you personally? What's your personal motivation? How did you start to feel the importance of doing the tsunami preparedness in school? How was that process for you as a person?
Thank you, Felena, for that question. So, our Smanwan Vaya is inside the tsunami inundation zone. So, if there's a tsunami, our school will be underwater. And my fathers were especially worried about it because he knew our school is near to the coast, and he always reminding us about the tsunami risk. Back then, our school didn't have any clear written procedures. Teachers were not sure how to do, and as student, honestly, nervous was I. And if strong earthquake happen, we'd just probably just be confused. That's when I really start to feel the importance of preparedness at school is. Together with GMLS, we start advocating the schools, talk with teachers, and we work on school readiness. We drew participatory evacuation maps and also mark safe paths and put up tsunami information boards so everyone, students and teachers, can know where to go and even do a drill. One thing he told me really stuck. During a drill, the main roads get crowded and some students get freeze because there's no second routes and nobody knows exactly who leads and where to gather. That I realized that in real disaster, that confusion could be cost lives. That was my wake up moment. For me, preparedness isn't about being scared, but it's about caring for our friends, caring for our teachers, and for our families. And that's why I believe schools really need to build the culture of preparedness now. Otherwise, it will be too late.
Thank you so much for sharing your learnings, your experience, and your motivation. And when I was seeing the first picture of your wonderful family, I saw that there's a mascot. I'm not sure if it's a dog or a cat. Um, Tell me about the mascot. Is it a part of the team?
Yeah, she's a cat. Her name is Nori. She is our pet, and she is part of the team.
Wonderful. And because evacuation, when you have animals, it's another challenge. So taking care of your animals is another thing to learn, right?
Right.
Yes. Thank you so much. And congratulations again. I love the pictures. I love the pictures that you share. And today we have more special guests. Can you believe? We have Gursimran Kaur. We also call her Simran, which is for me easier to pronounce. And I remember that Simran is another active participant last year in Tsunami United 2024. You did wonderful work, and I'm so happy that you continue to engage with us. So I'd like to ask you, what motivates you to be here with us again this year?
Hi everyone, I am Simran Kaur, a high school student here at Sharjah Indian School, Gubeba, in United Arab Emirates. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Emiliano and Mr. Ardito for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be connected with you here as a speaker today. So, for me, joining Tsunami United brought insights and disaster preparedness. It created realization and awareness about the severe effects of disasters on humankind. Now, as a student, I strongly believe that even a small effort like spreading a short awareness note can contribute a lot to reducing the number of lives lost during a disaster. Now, through each session that we explored last year at Tsunami United, we studied a lot about tsunamis. And given the fact that tsunamis were just once studied in a small box in our textbook, it really meant a lot to us. Knowing more about how tsunamis occurred, what motivated me further was the impact that we created in our school community through the documentaries we recorded last year. Being the first ever international exposure we got last year, we were in no hopes of winning it. Thus, we tried exploring our skills with the video editing and tried creating a documentary, which ended up to cross the limit. We were expected to have a 1 or 2 minute video, but trying to explore, we ended up with a 7-minute video. In short, all these moments that we went through last year really motivated me to join this program once again.
That is so wonderful. I'm so glad that you find Tsunami United useful platform, and maybe next time you can be one of the facilitators. Who knows? So let us go in detail and tell us. I want to hear more about it. How is it that you've been involved in tsunami preparedness, and did it change your perspective of how you behave and what you do at school or even at home? Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I personally feel that when you learn about something that has the capability to change lives, it naturally brings in a change within oneself. For me, tsunami preparedness was not just studying facts, but also about gaining a keen interest in my surroundings. For example, being alert and attentive in knowing the emergency exits of the building I am in. Furthermore, I started keeping an alert mindset about the various exits our school or our community had in order to remain safe during emergencies and to maybe have an organized exit so that there is no chaos or panic within the community. Moreover, tsunami preparedness taught me that being aware and alert doesn't mean in fear. It means living with confidence that you can respond effectively during any such crisis. And this is what made me reflect a lot on our documentaries, how they helped us understand the early warning system that our country uses and help us bring in the needed awareness. Now, this change in me, being attentive, prepared, and willing to share knowledge, made me learn many insights about the nature. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Imran. And I'd like to ask you about how was the process of creating a video with your people, with your friends, with your students, or like with your colleagues for Tsunami United last year? Who was the editor? Who did the script? How did you organize the team? Was it the first time that you were doing video? Tell me about it.
Okay, so it was the first ever international event we were attending, so it was very nerve-wracking for us. And to be seriously, honestly speaking, no one knew video editing within us. So all I knew was going and searching ChatGPT, what is the best video editing app that we have, and then using it. And my friends were involved. My friend Ivana, Eliza Vinoj, and Kritika Kesanil, both very talented and innovative in their own fields. And we three decided thus to explore various fields and connect them together with a documentary. And this is why we ended up with a 7-minute documentary. Now, to further spread our learnings through the sessions that we had attended last year, we decided to make a documentary with the help of a scientist here in Abu Dhabi, Mr. Badr Al Amiri. He was very kind and helped us a lot in understanding the early warning systems that exist here in United Arab Emirates. And we had recorded webinar sessions for our documentary in a few classes of grade 9 students who were very enthusiastic about participating in this, and they were very interested in knowing more about tsunamis. Moreover, we even understood on how climate change had a sudden caused a sudden rise in disasters, sudden rise in sea levels, and the dangerous floods have been troubling many communities for the past years. Now, coming back to the present, as I mentioned earlier, we were in no hopes of winning this campaign in our region. But once our draft of the documentary became a reality, how do I say, started screaming in our community about it. I still remember having my tab with me in my school that day. I wasn't quite happy because I didn't score that great in my test. But as soon as the results came in, my mom congratulated me through the email, and I realized, like, oh my God, we won. I ran towards Ivana and Hitika, and I still remember how they were shocked for a minute. Like Ivana was like, "Oh my God, we won!" It was really memorable. Moreover, after winning, our school decided to support us by presenting our documentary in an international book fair here at Expo Center, Sharjah. I still remember how happy we were to present our work and create awareness at such a big platform. In all this, we learned how spreading awareness brought in a chance to fight through challenges, not as being one, but as a whole humanity. And this is what is keeping us united. And this is what makes us humans, right? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Simran. It's been wonderful to watch that documentary. We were impressed when we received it, and we were so happy to see the amazing work that you did last year. And now we would like to get deeper into the school preparedness, and I'd like to start with the students first. And I have a question for Laila. Laila, why do you think it's important for schools and students to invest time and effort in tsunami preparedness? Especially when you know, maybe there hasn't been a tsunami for many years. So tell me about that experience and that feeling.
Thank you, Emiliano. I think this is a good question. So the thing about tsunami is they are rare, but when it happens, the impact is devastating. The next if we can't if we can't know when it will happen, so we can't delay when we should be ready. Honestly, exercise is what makes the difference. Without exercise, people will be panic or just be confused, but with exercise regularly and often, people will be can build your instinct to save yourself, such as drop cover and hold on, or move to the safety place, and even helps other along the way. Those skills aren't just for tsunamis, but you can use it in emergencies too. And in the area where I'm from, we haven't seen a tsunami for years. They say the last tsunami most probably happened more than 300 years ago. So it's easy for people to neglect, like, it won't happen to us. But risk doesn't follow memory, it follows geology, right? Just because no one remembers, it doesn't mean it will not happen. In fact, the longer time went, the more important for us is to be prepared. I think schools are the best place to make the preparedness as a habit. And if, as I said, if students practice regularly, it can become a second nature. So when the day comes, students already know where to go and what to do. And it doesn't need a big cost. Something as simple as 15 minutes every month or every week for refreshing, and print a clear map on the wall, and check and review evacuation map, a buddy system, and some student volunteers. Those small, low-cost steps can save a lot of lives. So yeah, students and all of us can at least invest our little time, maybe a week or a month, to practice, to learn, and to build our safety skills. You will not regret investing this as it will help you in the future. That is what I think, Emiliano.
Thank you so much, Laila. This is an inspiration for the rest of the students who are connected today, and thank you for sharing your views. And now I have another question from Simran. What were some of the first steps that your school community took when you started preparing for tsunamis or any other hazards, not just tsunamis? How did you get involved? Who else gets involved with you? How was the process? Tell us about it.
The process was very exciting, nerve-wracking, and very helpful as well for us. Because as I mentioned earlier, tsunamis was something we just knew about, and regarding the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami as well. Only thing we knew was that the southernmost point of India, the Indira Point, was submerged due to it. But we didn't know more about what had happened. But last year, because of our participation, we got to know more about how tsunami is affected, especially the Indian Ocean tsunami. So we wanted to further spread our findings in the documentary, but also create an impact within our school community. And thus, we created sessions. As I mentioned earlier, we had sessions in few classes of grade 9. And here you can see a poster, right? This poster was created by my friend Kritika K. Sunil, a very, very great artist. She did this for a documentary in order to create awareness and describe the seriousness of how tsunamis devastatedly affect people. And this is why we connected our sessions with the poster, took help from Mr. Badr Lamiri to get the posters and infographics that are helping us understand how tsunamis occur and where are the highest points in some locations. All this helped us understand more about tsunamis, but also helped us spread it across our surroundings so as to ensure that not only we, but the people around us are also tsunami.
So this is wonderful, and this is inspiring for all of us and a motivation for all of us here. But I'd like to hear a bit more from the teacher's perspective, and I'd like to ask Mrs. Eka. We will open the microphone if you can remember, because I'd like to ask you, how do you convince your school community, especially people who make decisions in the school, to invest in preparedness efforts? How do you have that conversation to show them this is important, show them the benefits? And of course, some of these benefits may only be seen in the future. Tell us about it, please. Thank you, Mrs. Eka.
Thank you. This is a great question. So, the first step, we just get everyone to sit together and really think about why preparedness matter. And we start with more simple problem, just with teachers, the school committee, and parents. So we ask, what would happen if an earthquake or tsunami struck while our kids were at school? And that question alone got people thinking. And then, to really strengthen the message, we invite experts from the Shakwala University. They explained in every clear language how vulnerable our area is. What could happen if we were not ready, and why prevention and preparedness are much cheaper than dealing with the damage later. Hearing that from experts really convinced the decision makers and parents. After that, things move forward quickly. As I mentioned before, I created disaster response team, and we did tsunami drill. That one involved everyone, all the students, teachers, staff, parents, and even the community. What really made the difference was what happens afterwards. We asked parents to share their thoughts, and many admitted they had never really thought about preparedness in detail before. They saw how useful preparedness is.
and that experience changes the mindset. Parents even told us they realize they have been neglecting preparedness at home too. So as a follow-up, many families started making their own plans, preparing important documents, medicine, cash, even checking their full supplies. So your question is how we convince people is, I would say it was not by giving speech, it was about showing, not just telling. So when people experience the drill and saw how severe they felt, they understand the value. And preparedness may feel like an investment for the future, but through these activities, people saw the benefits immediately. Peace of mind, confidence, and a community that is ready. Thank you, Emiliano.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Eka. And I hope that there are many other teachers like you, not only in Indonesia, but in other countries too. And I believe that I visited your school last year, and it was a wonderful time. I thank you so much for receiving me. I learned a lot, and it was wonderful to meet your students and to be part of this and to have a conversation and meet you in person. And now, this is a moment in which we take questions from the students. So you can raise your hand, and I will call your name to ask you a question. That question can be either to teacher Eka, to Laila, or to Simran. So I'm really curious about listening to the questions. You can raise the hand. There's a button that you can use for that. So anyone that wants to ask a question, you can say it aloud, or you can also type the question on the chat window so that I can read that aloud, and then we talk with the three wonderful panels that we have today. They've been incredible, and I love the pictures. Thank you for bringing these special pictures that I really love. And of course, I may have more questions myself because they brought wonderful stories. But this is an opportunity for everyone who wants to ask a question. Hello, are you there? Questions time. You can open the microphone if you want to ask. You can also type in the chat window. There we go. I saw one raised hand and then I lost. Okay, there you go. Yes, Fatima, go for it.
Hi, so I want to ask Laila about how did everyone else react, or like how they did they do what you told them to? Like you're doing this thing and the people there you speak in front of others, and how did they react it? What did they do? Did they follow your instruction? I want to know.
Thank you for your question. Laila?
Okay, thank you for the question, Fatima. Nice to meet you. So, at the first, they didn't care about the potential of disaster in our place. But as time went by, they were able to accept and become aware of it because, yeah, because little by, um, little by little, people can accept and admire it, that in our place there's a the potential of disaster, so they should be aware of it. Maybe that's for me.
Thank you so much, Laila. Thank you so much. And I have another question from Yumnu. Yumnu, go ahead and ask.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. I would like to ask how long it took for people to actually understand how, big this is and why it's important. And I believe there'll be like some challenges and difficulties, for example, if we're like carrying out awareness activities and preparedness stuff in school. So I would like to know about that.
Thank you so much, Yumnu. I wonder who can take this question. Maybe Alvito, if you're there, or of course, Simran, go for it. If you
Okay,
feel
so
like, or yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'll add a few points and then Mr. Ardito could add a few as well.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So,
Go.
hi, Yumnu. Nice to meet you. It's a very practical question because challenges are there. I feel that given the fact that climate change has been causing a lot of rise in the sea levels, especially we know global warming is occurring, right? So, if we speak scientifically, tsunamis have a greater risk of being occurring right? So we can use that as a point and try to tell people the seriousness of the situation. Now, if you're not in a zone that is, let's say, if for example, in our country here, we are not in a very dangerous zone. We are very safe. We don't have any chance of having tsunamis. But that doesn't mean that you would never have a tsunami because it is a natural disaster. After all, it can never be predicted, right? So,
Yeah.
using this as a point, we can surely try to create tsunami preparedness. We should remember that it's not like that no natural disaster would never occur. Natural disasters can occur, but we should know how we can prevent them and how we can stay safe and not create a panic within the communities. I hope this satisfies you.
Yes,
Yes,
of
Yeah.
thank
course.
you.
Yeah, maybe if I can add, I think Simran's answer is completely right. And you are in Maldives, right? So I think Maldives is an island state, and as Simran mentioned, the climate change have a big impact in Maldives. Again, tsunami is not something that happens very often compared to other like cyclones and so forth. So I think the approach should be more toward multi-hazard. So because it's in Maldives, maybe it's not something which is specific. If you try to force in terms of introducing tsunami, maybe people are not interested because it is not something that quite often. So you have to approach it from the multi-hazard aspect, but including the tsunami. In terms of how long, it is a process. Everything is a process. So I think the key is if you are consistently building this awareness and preparedness, it can go faster. But if it is being approached not really in a consistent way, then it might become slower. Again, my suggestion is go through the multi-hazard, but taking tsunami as part of this multi-hazard. I think that will have a more acceptance from the community, and with that acceptance, then the process might be faster. I think that's back to you,
Thank you
Emiliano.
so much. Yes, thank you so
Hello.
much, Ardito. And thank
Hello.
you, Yumnu, for the question. Yes, is there another question there? And I have two
Yes.
questions, but if you go for it, yes.
Yeah, I just have one note. So the Mister said before that that they can detect the tsunami if there is like a tectonic plate or an earthquake. But this kind of things, it happens randomly. Like, I don't think there are machines they can predict that there is a tectonic plate that will happen. Compared to the volcano, like, it can shows that it will happen after a few days, this accordingly with the gases or the heat, or if there is like a earthquake that happens within that area of the volcano. So how come they were nowadays they are able to detect using different technologies to detect the tsunami that is caused by an earthquake, but they are still working on finding or inventing a good technology that can detect the tsunami that is caused by a volcano.
Okay, I think that question is for me, Emiliano. If it's okay,
Yes,
I can
Yes,
answer.
go for it,
yes,
Alvito.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. So first thing is a tsunami early warning system is something which is relying on already happening event. So like earthquake, volcano, or landslide. And tsunami is basically an event that follows already an event. So yes, in terms of earthquake early warning, it is something which is still being developed. I think it's still a long way because it's really difficult to detect when actually an earthquake will happen. I think science can already detect where it might happen, but when it is something that still. So, but if an earthquake happens, and based on the parameters that the scientist has already identified, then they can basically predict or calculate or model that a tsunami might happen. Now, there is already a lot of equipment being installed to monitor this earthquake. And there is already a lot of studies, modeling, and so forth that can actually measure if this kind of earthquake will actually cause a tsunami. Now, with volcano, yes, with volcano, you can actually monitor volcano a longer time in terms of because the process of a volcanic eruption takes a longer time, and it is being monitored quite regularly. But then whether that volcano will actually create a tsunami, that's something. And not all volcanoes, it's only volcanoes on the sea or volcanoes on the coastline and so forth. So that's something that a landslide is a different one. The landslide will cause more of a local tsunami. It will not go beyond the ocean. But then landslides will cause a tsunami happens in very short time. An example in Indonesia, the tsunami happens in 2018, and the tsunami after because of the landslide, the tsunami arrived in less than 3 minutes, for example. So it is a lot of studies, a lot of modeling, and this is a lot of areas where all of you, the young generations, should go into and study about this and develop something that will help us in the future. Back to you, Emiliano.
Thank you so much, Alvito. Wonderful, wonderful answer, and thank you for the question.
Thank you, sir.
And there's a question from SMA Negeri 1. I can see that the students are ready there. Go for it. We can listen to
Azura,
you. Can you?
Azura Balkis.
Can you? Azura, sorry, yes. Azura, can you turn on the microphone? Feel free to start and ask the question now. You still need to unmute your microphone, I think. Can you hear us, Azura? Okay. If you unmute, there you go. We can listen to you now.
Hi everyone, I am Pika Amalia. I'm from SMN Sabang Bogor. I want to ask to Miss Eka Agustina. Miss Eka, I would like to ask you, how often your school do the tsunami simulation a year?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. How often your school do the tsunami simulation a year?
How
Okay.
often do you do the simulation?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your question, Azura Balkis. SMA Negeri 1 Loknga. Are you from Aceh? Yeah? From Loknga?
Yes.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
We do the tsunami drill. It's not each year, but we just only did this one time and it happened last year, I think, in 2022, not last year. Okay, and we have a plan to make a not tsunami, but for how do we call for next year, and we hope it will be a success to like 2 years ago.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Eka.
Okay.
And thank you for the question, Azura. And we have another question from Hardi and Bayu. Are you there? Are you ready to ask? You need to unmute your phone. We can see you there. Hello. Are you ready to ask your question? We can see you. You need to unmute the microphone. You're muted, so we cannot hear you. Maybe, Romy, we can unmute them from the host user. Otherwise, we go. There we go. Yes, we can hear you now. And if you have two computers there where you are, we will hear an echo. So maybe you can just turn off one. So we will try to unmute it again so that you can ask now.
I've already tried to unmute, but there you go.
Okay, now you can try now. Too much noise. Try now, yes. And if not, but now you're muted again. So maybe try again to unmute your microphone on the audio button. There you go.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hi. I want to ask to Miss Eka, how can you raise awareness among your students about the importance of tsunami preparedness?
So how can you raise awareness with your students about tsunami preparedness? And this is another question from Mrs. Eka, who's very popular with the questions today.
Okay, thank you for the question, Hardy and Bayu. Nice to meet you. It's not so easy because we work with the student like you. Yeah, they had so many things and in their minds, and so hard to make them to be sure and follow our rules. And but when we do it consistent and tell them slowly that we need to do this to this preparedness is very important for you because all of you didn't never in this situation before. So we have already in the situation and give them explanation and make them sure, and it's very important to do, and they understand and follow everything that we tell, and they do it better. Well, I think maybe maybe Emiliano want to help me to give more explanation.
Yes, I think you gave a
Ardito?
wonderful, yes. Ardito, if you want to add anything, I think you gave a
Or
wonderful
maybe
answer,
Simran,
Eka.
or maybe Simran want to
Yes, maybe
give more
Simran.
explanation, or maybe Leila, because there is students, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because students have so many many things in their minds and so curious about anything. So it's very hard work, but I think that is okay if we do it slowly and tell them everything is very important, and they will follow it with us.
Yes. And maybe I can add something from my perspective, which is when you're talking about tsunamis, you're talking about disasters, you're talking about nature, you're learning from science, you're learning about communications, you make new friends like we're making new friends today. So there are so many important things that also happen when we talk about tsunamis and when we talk about preparedness. And preparedness is something that it's also something that you can use in your life for many other things. You can be prepared for a problem, you can be prepared for your incident, you can be prepared to help someone in your community, and even
I think Emiliano,
Yeah. So I think we lost Emiliano somehow,
Emiliano.
but I hope he's coming back. But Hardy and Bayu, I think Ibu Eka has already given a good answer. I think because it will be different if in the area that have already experienced tsunami and area that has not experienced tsunami. But yeah. So maybe I'll take over. Maybe I'll invite from Mandresi, Ando Harana first. Yes, you have a question.
Yes. Here in Madagascar, since I was born, I have never seen any tsunami in our country. So we didn't know how stressful, exhausting, and worrying it could be to realize that at any moment a tsunami could strike us. That is why we'd like to know your first reaction to all this disaster. And thank you so much.
Emiliano is back. So Emiliano, I'll give a chance to our friends from Madagascar.
wonderful. Yes. Go
Anybody
for it.
would like to answer? Okay, maybe I'll answer that question. Yes, Madagascar was actually affected by tsunami in 2004 when we have the Indian Ocean tsunami. However, the impact is not really devastating. There are a lot of damages that happens in 2004 in Madagascar. But there are no casualties, but there are harbors, fishermen's, which is damaged. And it is something that not happens very often. But tsunami, if it happens, then it can be devastating. So, and that's why preparedness is very important. Similar as I mentioned with Maldives, I think your approach has to be multi-hazard. So you have to take a tsunami as part of a multi-hazard. I think you might experience more cyclones or hurricanes more often. So make use of these hurricanes and cyclones preparedness to also build tsunami preparedness. So you might not only want to build a tsunami preparedness, but more of this multi-hazard, coastal hazard preparedness, where tsunami can be part of it. I hope I answered the question. If yes, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay, yes, I see the thumbs up.
Thumbs
Great.
up.
Thank
Yes.
you. Back to you,
And
Emiliano.
we have more questions, and I switched to the phone because my computer crashed. So now I can hear you well, and I can see there's another question from Ayla Rahayu. Is in your Indonesia. Tell us about your question if you can turn on your microphone. And I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. Alia Rahayu.
Udah, sok boleh
Yes.
mau
There
nanya.
you go. Excellent. Go for it.
Tahu oh.
I want to ask Miss Eka Agustina, in your opinion, what should be prepared so that the community is better prepared if a similar disaster occurs again? Thank you.
So can you ask the question again just to understand it? I want to make sure
Yeah.
that I understand it. If you can ask it a bit more slowly.
Uh, in your opinion, what should be prepared so that the community is better prepared if a similar disaster occurs again?
Okay. So is it about how the community is prepared and how the community gets prepared?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you for your question, Alia Rahayu. The question is how community prepare. Once again, please.
Yes, if
Yeah.
the community, how does the community gets
Yeah.
prepared?
Community of our school or community or
I think
you mean
yes. There, well, Alia, do you want to tell us? You mean the whole community, all the
the whole
community, or the
community
community?
or
Yes.
only at school or outside of the school also or
I think that since you already shared about the school community,
yeah.
maybe you can tell us a bit about if the rest of the community participates together with the school or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it atau dua-duanya. Gimana? Out school.
At school?
At school,
Out of school.
sorry.
You mean, okay, the community at school, like parents, right? Students' parents, and also community who live near the school, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, because the parents, we need the parents because the children study at the school, that this area is what we call is very uh, I I really want to tell you so many, but I still have my vocabulary is still not enough to explain more, but I will try. Okay.
Yes,
I'm so
you're
sorry,
doing
Mariana.
wonderful. You're doing so well, and you're very popular
Okay.
today. Everyone wants to ask you
Yeah,
questions.
because the they children study at school and where area is can struck by disaster anytime because we cannot predict when the disaster come, right? And also the community around of the school. So we ask them and talk to them, and we need them to help us to do this drill, and they agree because after we explains about the disaster and what will happen if the disaster happen at our school, and they really understand and help us to do to make this tsunami drill success.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mrs. Seca. And do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions? And
I think
you
we
already
have.
asked wonderful questions. Yes, there's one, right?
Yes, I
By
think.
Silence Putris Man One.
I think let's
Do you
take
want to ask a
this.
question? Yes.
We'll take this as the last question from Sheila and Putri.
Wonderful. This is the last question today. Go for it. You need to unmute. There you go.
Udah cepet.
Halo, my name is Azura Davalina Moralia. Siapa itu? Kita kan? Iya, kamu. Yang siapa yang? Udah. Sok ngomong aja. I want to ask to Laila. How many times has Laila done tsunami drills at school? Thank you.
Can you ask again? Sorry. How many times? I think I missed it.
How many times have Layla do tsunami drills at school?
Excellent. Leila?
So my school is make a tsunami drill for only once a time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leila. And I think that by now we've had lots of questions and lots of participation. And what a wonderful panel we had. I enjoyed this a lot and I learned new things. I'm really happy, and I hope that all of you participating today already also learned not only from the videos, but also from the amazing stories and learnings that the panelists brought today. So if you're okay, Ardito and Jinyu, I think that we are about to close the conversation. How do you want to proceed?
I
Thank
think
you, Emily.
we'll return it back to Yinchu.
Yes, thank you so much to the wonderful panelists today, and it's been a pleasure to be the part of this today.
Thank you, Emiliano. Thank you, Ibu Eka. Thank you, Laila. Thank you, Simran. Thank you so much and also for the students' participation. It's a wonderful panel, a very informative, very inspiring, and very lively. So based on this, we will quickly move to our part 2. Now it's your turn. So we want to hear your vision after hearing all of their discussion, the exchanges about our ways to build a tsunami-ready school. So here, please prepare your mobile phones, laptops, or other devices because again, we're using Participy to collect your ideas, and my colleagues will also help share the link later on. So let's go to our first question. So here, the first question is that what can students, like all of you, do now to invest in tsunami safety? So here you can see that on the right side, there's already the QR code and the link, and my colleagues has already shared this within the chat box. I will kindly remind you that please start your answer with a full sentence. So you always say, I will invest on something, I can invest on something, I can work on something, or I will work on something. For example, I will write, I can invest my time to learn more about tsunami preparedness. I will work on promoting disaster safety in my schools. And please don't just give us a short word or a short phrase. Please give us a full sentence. So let's check the Participy. We're waiting for your answer. Yes. Question. Oh, so you mean I will? Okay. I will invest on expanding my knowledge on tsunami preparedness and more tsunami drill. Good. Good. And for the first one, it's I will invest on following proper instruction and have presence of mind in case you have to make a quick decision. Is that right? I can invest in knowledge and technology. Great, great idea. I will invest in tsunami preparedness. Yes, like maybe you want to give more details about it? And if you want to explain or if you want to share with your ideas with more details, please just raise your hand or just open your mic. I will work on developing tsunami evacuation plan of my school. I will work on telling all my friends about the tsunami drill and preparedness. I can invest on learning evacuation. Wow, so many answers. Thank you. I can invest on learning evacuation routes and safe zones in my community. I will invest on tsunami awareness drills and evacuation routes. Perfect. I will invest in a modern and fast notification system. Wow. Who wrote this? Can you share with us a bit about this? Wow. I will invest in experience in conducting tsunami drill. I will invest in tsunami safety by creating family emergency plans while learning, preparing, practicing, guiding, emergency quit. Wow. For this, I will invest in tsunami safety by learning and practicing evacuation. Oh, yes. Already. Oh, yes. I will invest in tsunami safety by learning and practicing evacuation routes to higher ground, creating a personal emergency kit, and knowing the natural science of tsunami. Wow, wow, wow. This is a very complete answer. Who wrote this? Can you share something more with us? I will invest on learning, warning signs, preparedness. Or maybe, can I know who wrote this? I will invest in tsunami safety by creating family emergency plans. Can anyone tell me who wrote this? Or anyone want to share with us more about what you think? Because, oh, yes, I can see that you're all typing. Ah, yes. Suzelle Michel, do you want to explain or elaborate a little bit on this?
Like for during the tsunami, if our family is not near us or they are far from us, they will know where we are and to come to us during, before the tsunami hit the country, so that we still can be together instead of separating and not getting contact with each other.
With each other.
Thank you.
Good, good. I like your point. Thank you. And anyone else who wants to share with us? I will invest in emergency supplies. Oh, okay. Nasning. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes. I will invest in tsunami safely by deepening my knowledge of risk, mastering evacuation drills, preparing essential supplies, and strengthening skills like first aid and leadership, while also raising awareness among peers and supporting my school's readiness efforts. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect, awesome. Seems that you will invest in a lot of things and a very a comprehensive answer. Thank you so much, Naslin. Okay, so shall we proceed to the next question? Can I see the next, can we move to the next slide, please? Thank you, Real. Okay, so now let's work on the second question. You are granted one wish but it must be used to strengthen or enhance your school's tsunami preparedness. What would be your wish? Again, please start your answer with I wish that blah 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 blah. So give us a full sentence. For example, I wish that my school has a strong building structure against disaster. Please use the Participate link or the QR code on the right side so that we can see your answer. Okay. Yes. One wish. What would that be? It can be infrastructure. It can be the first aid kit. It can be something like more in your imagination, like because this is a wish, right? I'm waiting for the answers. The answers. Oh, yes, here it comes. I wish that many school members have strong awareness capacities and well-established infrastructures. Nice, nice, nice questions. I hope my school building is adequate to protect us from tsunami, and I hope my school can provide good education and tsunamis. Yes, so from infrastructure to education. Very good point. I wish my school would do an actual tsunami stimulation drill at least once every year. Can I know who wrote about this? Like how many times of the simulation that you do right now? Anyone who wants to talk about a bit on this? And the budget. Ah, Yumnu. Yamnu.
For itu Miss Vega. Every year.
So Sheila Putri, like you wrote this? Or anyone who wrote about that? Or
It was me who wrote it.
yeah. Hi. I can see you right now.
I've actually never experienced one of those, tsunami drills, so I wish I would have a chance.
Thank you for sharing. Well, yes, it would be definitely good, and also like a lot of info, you will definitely learn a lot of things if there is. So I also wish that your school can organize at least one or two in the following of this year or maybe next year. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Maybe let's read some answers from the chat box. So Mandracy said, I wish that tsunami preparedness is included in our school program. Wow, interesting. How do you envision that? How do you want to have a class? Do you want to have a course dedicated for that? Or do you want a guidebook or a textbook? Can you explain it a little bit to us? And Gail Seychelles. I wish that the school will be prepared and provide first aid to the injured.
Iya, nonton itu.
Hi, Sheila Putri.
Was doing. My school was doing the tsunami drill. Was doing more than 4 times in air.
Wow. Wow. So you're lucky, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good, good. Maybe like I will invite one last Nasning. Yes, please share with us once again. Or maybe do you want maybe it's like a Di Malela, you want to say something?
Yes. If I were granted one wish to strengthen my school tsunami preparedness, I would wish for a strong and elevated evacuation center within the school that is equipped with clear routes, emergency supplies, medical kits, and backup power, so that every student, teacher, and all staff members has a safe place to evacuate quickly and survive together it until it's safe and outside helps arrive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And one last question from wait. Dia Malela. Kinanti Ratu.
Yeah, that's me.
Hi.
Hi. So, I wish my school building is adequate to protect us all from tsunamis, and I hope my school can provide good education about tsunamis. So, I hope in our school will be there some like tsunami drills, but and of course
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
and 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 of course I hope our school will not hit by tsunamis because our school is in the mountains, so our school is high in the highland.
I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to just invite one last speaker for this question, and then we'll move to question 3. So can I ask Medina Ariella?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
My signal is kind of. Um, wait, wait. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. I wish my school to have a tsunami simulation game. So in this way, we can learn how to evacuate and respond to an emergency in an interactive and memorable way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, it's a good point. Like the games, the sort of thing. Well, like we also have something like that here in office. I wish you could come to Jakarta to visit our office so you can know more about that. Okay, students. I'm sorry for people who are still raising their hands, but we have to proceed for now. Maybe you can still share with us for the third question. So the third question would be, imagine you had unlimited fund. Please notice it's unlimited fund to make your school tsunami ready. What would you spend it on? Again, please start your answer with I will spend it for something something. For example, I will spend it for teachers training on disaster risk reduction. And please use the Participate link or the code to give us your answer. Oh. Thank you for the answer, but please give us a full sentence. For example, I wish I will spend it on setting up an education program about tsunamis, how they form, warning signs, and survival skills. Let's hear more voices, more answers from your side. Okay. I want to spend it on family needs, but if it's for school, thank you. I want to make a helicopter, a private plane, and a private evacuation center. Wow, wow. That's interesting. So please raise your hand if you want to share with us, if you want to open your mic and directly talk to us. I'll spend it on regular DRR training and building from tsunami earthquakes. I'll spend it for making the evacuation route, the signs and warning systems. Great, great. Oh, hi, Nasding. You're always the first to raise your hand. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, of course. If I had unlimited funds, I would spend it for turning my schools into the tsunami-proof palace, a super strong evacuation tower with slides instead of stairs for fast escape, stocked with endless noodles, Wi-Fi, and power banks, plus loud sirens that play catchy songs so everyone knows it's time to evacuate while staying safe, and maybe a little entertainment.
Yep. Yep, so great. I really hope that that will be true. Thank you so much. And can I invite Hardy and Bayu?
Hello?
Yes.
I want to make
Yes.
if I want to make sure that all my friends are safe and my family is safe too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Mandrasi, you want to talk a bit on this?
Install early detection and warning systems, trust voice to alert people of tsunami stories. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank
Simran?
you.
Simran?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I went off a bit. But yeah, if I would have a chance to have unlimited funds, then I would spend it on collaborating with an NGO or an organization so that I get to know a lot more about how we can prepare our students. Because having an expert in the field around us would be very good. We would be able to understand how to work effectively with our peers and to ensure that all the students get the best education regarding how we can stay safe during tsunamis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's such a great point. Like, I wish I could be then hired by you if by any chance. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so maybe we go with the one last question. Oh no, not one last question. One last answer. For question 3. I think I just saw Della. Is it you who raised your hand? Do you want to talk a bit about it? If not, like then we will try to quickly wrap up because we don't want to keep everybody wait. Okay. Sheila and Putri?
Maybe I will make a tsunami early warning application so that we can anticipate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. For the apps, like maybe you can even like just develop an app like later on yourself. Maybe like when you learn more about how to develop one or something. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I know this like a time is limited and we cannot ask everyone to share their ideas with us, but thank you so much for the participation, and we will also like record it and then share with you later on. And let me just quickly recap some a few of the big ideas that just came out of today's discussion. So for the first question, so some of you suggested drills, evacuation plans, campaigns, and all sorts of things. And these are really like indeed small steps, but they definitely like create a culture or a sense of preparedness. And then for the one wish for a safer school, like we heard wishes for creating more like organizing more drills, having them integrated in your school programs, etc., etc. And I hope that this will soon one day become true and real, like in your school and community. And for the third question, if the resources were unlimited, this is so interesting to see all of the answers, like the helicopters, like the unlimited power banks, the NGO collaboration, and also the application mentioned by some of you. So I'm sure that with the help of this technology and science, this kind of big dreams can inspire real innovations in the near future. So before we wrap up, I just want to share with you that today the key message is simple. It's just we can do something towards tsunami preparedness, even with small actions, small steps that you can take in your schools and communities. You can already make influences and impacts and make your school safer place. So take what you learned today and make it real. And I hope that everyone can benefit from this workshop today. So thank you all for joining us so actively today. And can I ask my colleague to share the attendance form to receive your certificate? Please scan the QR code to fill it so that you can register it in our system. And also, please don't forget your assignment that's due on 8th of September. So we will stay here for several more minutes for you to scan the code, to click in the link, to fill in the form. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Have a nice
Goodbye.
day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. See you next week.
See you
Bye,
next week.
everyone. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.